I think it's working. Okay. Hi again. It's been a while since I posted the last video on the companion cube ottoman, so I thought it'd be due for another video update. I haven't done quite as much as I did from the last two breaks, unfortunately. There were a couple of complications that I'll enumerate as we go over. So basically, here's the state that it's in right now. As you can see, I've got all these side panels done. The ones that got split in half, unfortunately, the upholstery didn't turn out as well as I had hoped it would, or rather, I didn't really have any hopes for it at all. But it's not great. But basically all the corner pieces are done, all the upholstery on those are finished, all the upholstery on the edge pieces is done. Pretty much all that's left is applying these foam pieces here to the wooden middle part. Oh, that's still sticky. And then I still have yet to cut the pattern for the gray parts that will be going on top. Before I do that, I need to get some car paint that I can use. I'm going to be using to print the hearts on the center pieces on each side, and that's also what I'm going to use to dye some. I'm going to try using that paint on some vinyl tubing, and that'll make the pink highlights that are basically they're single strips that'll be going from like the center side to the centerpiece, and that'll cover up the staples. As I was saying, I had a couple snags. One of the biggest of which was that the ottomans. Hold on a sec, let me see if I can find that. Oh, there's the hinges. One of the sides decided to split. You can see right here, this is where I had to drive a wood brace into it. It's basically just got spikes on the underside, and this is pretty solid. However, while I was putting it in, the split, which went through the top here all the way through to the other side, then became a second split, and a third one, and a fourth. So basically, that's all that's holding it together right now. But at the same time, that's a pretty solid piece of steel. So it's pretty close to done. Like I said, all that's pretty much left to do is applying the gray patches, getting that pattern figured out, and getting all of the pink painted parts done. I'm gonna try and find some paint online. I saw a link a while ago that looked promising, so I'm gonna check that out. The next step will probably not take nearly as long as the last one did. Mostly I've just been dilly-dallying, trying to think of the best way of fixing the top piece without wrecking the whole thing, because obviously once you've put this much effort into it, you want to be careful about something that can break it. Word to the wise, if anybody else is going to do this project, don't use pine. Pine is easy to work with, but there's a reason for that, and that's that it's also somewhat fragile. So be careful. Probably a sturdier wood would have been a better idea, even if it would have been heavier and a little more difficult to work with. Of course, if I wasn't cutting the pieces out with a hacksaw, that probably would have been a bit easier too. So anyway, so I guess that'll be it for this video. Hopefully the next one won't take as long to do. Pretty much all that I have to do is order that paint or find some good paint, order it in, test it out on some vinyl tubing, get the heart pattern printed and cut out, and see how well that stencils on. I may have to try out a few ways of doing it. I'm pretty sure just a roller with a plastic stencil should work fine. And gluing down the panels for the foam. I already did that once before actually, but all the panels fell off except for that front one because of the white fabric, the way it pokes out because of the pattern. It was forcing it off the edge, so it was really only adhering in a couple of places. It wasn't a good attachment. So we'll try and figure that out, get all that stuck on there, and then it'll be pretty much done. Then I want to clean out the interior. I'm still thinking of putting a netting in the top, so that you can put your like game controllers and stuff like that in there. Like have just like a simple black net with zipper pull to open and close it, keep it secure. I'm not sure if I'll do that or not. After that whole fiasco with the top panel breaking into, I'm kind of not all that willing to risk weakening its structural integrity any further. So we'll just play that by ear. But at the very least, it'll be a functional ottoman at that point, and all the upholstery work will be done. That's the biggest part of it. So guess I'm rambling at this point, but I'll end the video here, and hopefully see you again before too much longer. Bye.